Hi there, it's Sally from Rickety Snippets here, and today I have a really dark and brooding folio for you. So it's a vampire folio, and we have lots of images of vampires and bats and some beautiful gothic lace type papers. So the first thing I'm going to do is sweep all these to one side so that we have just the elements of the folio. Okay, so the bits that you need, actually to start with, which I always forget to say, so I have printed this onto cardstock and I've inked all the edges, and except this piece haven't cut right up to the edge here, so I've just left a little bit of white showing there, which will help us down the line. So I'll just say that before we begin. All of the printables are available in the Etsy shop, so go and check them out there if you'd like to follow along. So the first thing I'm going to do is stick these two pages together. So this is your outside, so you've got this beautiful lady on the front cover, and that's your back cover, and these are the inside pages. So I'm just going to turn them over, just check that everything's up the right way so the pattern matches. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you want them up the other way, but if that matters, check before you start gluing. So I'm going to put some glue right up to the edges so that we get a really good join on those edges, and then lots of glue in the center as well. Okay, so that's a generally good covering of glue. I'm just going to estimate where that spine's going to sit and just put a little bit extra down the middle there to save us getting any kind of baggy seams at any point, and then line them up. And then I'm going to give it a smooth over with my bone folder, which just helps to even the glue out. There we go. So I've got a bit of an overhang there, so I'm going to cut that off. There we go, and then I'll just put a little bit more ink along those edges. Now I've cut them. Okay, good. And the next thing we want to do is score along to make our spine. So there are two parallel lines in the middle here, and I'm just going to score along those. And then I'm just going to pull that page up and smooth my finger along the edge of the ruler. Give us a good line there. Fold that over. Oh, something crashing somewhere. One of the cats being somewhere they shouldn't be, I think. And then same with the other one. That over, which gives us a nice spine there. So wiggle it into place a little bit. Looks like that back isn't quite as lined up the front as it should be. I've spotted some more overhang here, so I'll cut that off. There we are, our beautiful vampire on the front. Okay, so in the middle we're going to put 2 pockets which act as a kind of extra pages. So you need these 2 pieces, and I'm going to score down the center where those 2 images meet. Fold it back the other way as well. And the same with this one, so right along that black edge there. Easier to fold into the score line first. There we are. Right. And these 2 they both sit on this page. So I'm going to start with this one. So it's going to, oh, I haven't put the back on, that would help. So I think on here, on the back of here, I'd like this bat to sit on there. I'm going to just put a little bit of ink along that white edge, because sometimes when you go into your pockets that's really glaring, and also along this fold line because that will show. Okay, right, so I'm going to turn, so this is going to be a pocket, so I'm going to glue along the top and along that folded edge, and also along the bottom. Just line that up. It's better to line it up along the folded edge, so if you have any overhang where the pockets don't quite meet, you can cut it off more easily. There we are. So that's that. Let me just check this edge. Have we got anything hanging over? That's pretty good. I'll just cut a little bit there. I think there we are. So that's our first one done. And then I'm going to do the same for this one. So a bit of ink there. Ink along the folded edge again, and then it's going to sit like that, so I'm just going to ink this bit. Go. So, and again, so some ink along this folded edge, glue along the folded edge, along the top and along the bottom. And just line it up with that folded edge again. Again, tiny bit of overhang there. Go. So this first one, I'm going to stick to this edge along there, and this is also going to be a little pocket or a tuck. So I'm only going to put glue along the top and the bottom again, and along that folded edge again. Just going to stick it a little way down, so not lining it up with the top. Can do if you prefer to do that, but just want a little bit of that wallpaper showing at the top. There we go. So that's our first one. Gluey. And then this one is going to sit here, so up against that line in the spine, so that it's the second line, so it will sit nicely on this second page. And I'm going to put the glue in the same place again, so top and bottom and along the folded line, the folded edge. Make sure she's up the right way. And then so just lining it up with that line on the spine. There you go, so she folds out that way. And then they can both overlap like that. So I'm going to put some decoration on this pocket. Maybe him. Brighten it up a little bit. Him, he's quite fun. Yeah, I think him. Got a little number as well, so I'm going to put that on there as well. And he could also be a pocket, so yeah, I'm going to just put some glue again around the bottom and the top and along one edge. Stick that down. I've just glued my pocket shut. We'll see. Go. Let's see if we can put something in that pocket now. Yeah, that's okay. Good. Okay. So that's that one. And who should we have in the others? This one will have to be something quite narrow because the things that go in this pocket will overlap. Needs part of it. I'm going to tuck her into there. I think I'm going to have him peeking out as well. And then perhaps her in this pocket down here. A scary one. This takes me back to my goth days. I used to be a goth as a teen and in my 20s. So I love all this dark imagery. So yeah, I think that's it for those two. So I'm going to have it overlapping that way. So she's got the bat peeking over her. And I quite like the fact that those are hidden. So I don't know that they're there. Okay. And then on this side, we've got some kind of belly bands on a slant. So they can just line up like that. So you just want to make sure that this straight edge goes right up to one of these straight edges. So you're lining it up with on your spine or on the edge, or both actually. So I'm going to actually first of all line it up against the spine, just in case we need to trim anything on the other side. So right up to that first line on the spine and stick it down there. So just a bit of glue either end, like a regular belly band. Completely up to you, of course, how you space these out. You might want to try it before you stick them down if there's any particular bits of ephemera you fancy sticking in there. Quite like the eyes just sticking out eerily over the top. What else have we got? Nice red pieces. Butterflies, quite pretty. Maybe over the top. Oh, too soon. I should have let it dry a little bit, but bit too keen there. Okay, so we can come back to that. Stick some more stuff in there. So on the back cover, I'm going to have a pocket, so a really long pocket. So you need these 3 pieces for the pocket. So on the back cover, we're going to have a pocket, so a really long lacy pocket to go on. So on the back cover, we're going to have a pocket, so a really long lacy pocket to go on there. So you need these 3 pieces, and the first thing I'm going to do is score along a line. There's a line here, which I'm not sure if you can see on the camera. Score along there, and then just fold that down. And then I'm going to put a bit of ink along this folded edge. Put a little bit of ink those sides as well. And then you're going to take this piece and put some glue on it. So glue all the way around the edges. But we want a lot of glue along this bottom edge, sort of a wide piece, so that, because we're going to cut off actually some of that, because it's still got that white bit on it. So we just want it to be able to still connect where we cut it. That's it, and then just stick that, line it up with the folded edge. Okay. And then, so now the 2 pieces are together, I'm just going to cut that white strip off the bottom. It just gives you a much cleaner edge if you cut both pieces together. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick this on the front of over the white piece, and I'm just putting glue along the edges, the sides and the bottom. And I'm lining it up at the bottom this time. There we go. Frilly lacy pocket. Okay, so I could stick that down, or we could have another pocket. So it's up to you. You could have another pocket at the top, or I think I'm going to make one so that it sits, so it opens here along this edge. So get rid of the cutting mat now, so I think we're finished with that. So yeah, so I'm going to glue this edge. Along the top and along the bottom. I might just open that out a little bit so I can apply a bit of pressure without crushing the spine on it. Okay. Okay, so now we have a pocket in here. Oh, I can't see where it is. There, and also one in there. I'm going to let that dry a little bit before I put anything in them. And because this is on the outside of our folio, we all want something to keep that shut. So I have this piece, which I think could look quite nice there. Little gothy red rose. So I'm just going to put glue at the bottom, so probably not even half of that round bit. Which will give a bit of room for manoeuvre. Oh, done, put it in the wrong place. I think it would be better that way around, but put the glue right at the bottom there, so it'll have to be at a bit of an angle. Then yeah, you can just move the flap in and out, but that'll keep it a little bit secure. And then we can put something in the pocket. So got this dramatic looking lady. I'll put her in there. There's a little bit of space at the top so you can get your fingers in to get those things in and out. And then I can put some stuff inside here. It's probably a bit easier than trying to get them in and out of the top there. And then we have all these bits as well. There's one. So I actually ripped this one. I think I might use that as a embellishment somewhere, maybe on that pocket. On here. What does that look like with that closed? Yeah, maybe there. So just tore that out and then put a little bit of ink around the edges. Lift that a bit. So we had a tiny pocket. Let's put him in there. Little Dracula type vampire. And so these are also pockets, so we can put something in there. Let's put her in there. She'll fit. This lovely dramatic butterfly to go somewhere. I'm not sure. Yeah, probably fit in there. And this as well. Could might tear that out as well. Have that on one of our belly bands. Go. Let's put some bit of ink. Get rid of those white bits. Stick it there. There we go. That's it. A couple more little pieces to go in somewhere. Put that in there for a minute. There we go, a very dramatic folio. Let's have a little flip through. So we have our very dramatic vampire on the front, then our belly bands with all the bits stashed in. I think this could be better arranged really, but I'm sure you can do that. And then our kind of secret space inside there, with all these lovely spooky things inside. And then our pocket on the back. So I hope you enjoy it and don't have nightmares. Bye for now.